Well, here we are.
Recording?
Yeah, we're live.
Well, hello, and welcome to another one. Another Gavin and Chun. Like usual, same old shit, but now you can see our beautiful faces.
Yeah, here we are, starting to show off our first time. Welcome to the camera world. It's been a place I've been wanting to get to for a while. So it's cool you to look back and forth.
I know, we finally got something to actually stare at. You know
Yeah, it's cool.
To...
I don't know how good of an idea it's going to be of having like the monitor right here.
I know, please bear with the lighting.
Yeah, but honestly, it's experimental.
It's very experimental.
So here we are. I think this is actually going to be our first YouTube video.
Yeah.
We have made a couple podcasts in the audio only universe.
Yeah.
But then those will be available definitely everywhere that you can listen to podcasts eventually.
Eventually.
You know, I mean...
After a minute.
Who knows what time it is. But,
So what's been going on, Chun? Let's talk a little bit about the show. Talk about a little bit about us. I am Gavin. He is Chun.
Yeah, yep. That is us. And,
I'm a fan of music. He is a maker of music.
Very much so.
I enjoy long walks on the beach.
I enjoy.
I'm not single.
Long beaches on the walks.
He enjoys long beaches. That's it. If you're a tall woman, please. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Please don't yell at me. So yeah,
I'll be honest with you, a lot of the girls I dated have been tall.
Taller than you.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But when I was like in high school, I was like short. But then like after I graduated high school, I got really tall. Not like really tall, but like kind of
taller.
Definitely just like normal, kind of tall.
I don't know. I found myself always dating older chicks. Like I was like, I don't know, 16 dating 19-year-olds or 19 dating 21-year-olds. It was just kind of like, you know. Now I'm in a relationship where it's like closer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like I'm a little older than her and she's just a little bit younger than me, so it's kind of actually perfect.
But you were born in actually the same year as. Wait, how much younger than her? How much younger is she?
I think like 2 years.
Or
year or two?
I don't know.
She was a freshman when I was a junior.
Okay, you know, I just really believe in like like those little mats you find in Chinese restaurants. How they kind of predict your future.
Oh, like the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in the Chinese zodiac because I mean, you know, I'm not like I'm
an ox.
If you try to cut, you're an ox. I thought we were born in the same year.
No, I was born in '97.
Okay, I was born in 1996. I'm a rat. We went to the same year in high school though.
Yeah,
we were in the same grade. We graduated in 2015.
We went to school together.
Yeah. So that's like why I thought that. But anyway, so you know, I think you can make the argument that the Chinese zodiac, I feel like is more valid, at least in some sense, than the traditional like zodiac. You know, it's like the 12 signs.
Right.
Just because there's it's a bigger time span.
No, I understand that, but there's a lot of things with I
guess
our zodiac.
It's not really like a zodiac. It's like a completely different
maybe
cultural...
they're more accurate on certain levels, like who you should be with or whatever. But maybe I don't know, because I find a lot of personality stuff with the current zodiac, like our zodiac. Like I don't know, I'm a Capricorn and I'm very driven and
Yeah, I believe in
those
too, but I think that it's really just because a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I get it. I'm not big in astrology. I just find it's just it's kind of like that. Whoa, you know what I mean?
I'm saying the Chinese zodiac. I think they really got something going on there because I mean, imagine someone who is 20 years old is going to interact with someone who is 18 years old
differently.
No, in the same way.
You think?
If you take some random 20-year-old
I guess you're right,
and some random 18-year-old girl, and you just did that a bunch of times, and you just put them together in the same room, they're gonna have a kind of a similar reaction maybe.
Right.
You know, it's just someone who's 30 interacts with someone who's 20, kind of in the same way all the time in a basic.
And honestly,
everyone who's 20 kind of acts the same way because we grow up in the same economy, the same literal time span. If you're the same age as someone. So all the people who are exactly 22 years old right now, we're all kind of in our pack, you know. And so that's the whole Chinese zodiac year. It's just a lot more people per thing. I'm personally a Sagittarius and I act like a Sagittarius. It makes sense. But that's there are, you know, is there technically but you know, there's less people born in. It's a smaller time span. I feel it's weird. It's a whole year that they look at when they shift cycles. So it's like a revolution around the sun.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be, worth something.
And we're not always apparently, how in space, like, we're not really in the same place. Like, we're moving with the galaxy. We're moving with the Earth that's moving with the sun, that's moving with the galaxy, that's moving with the rest of the universe. So it's like this whole, like, we're never in the same place we were. So, like, we don't know cosmically what differences that would make to a human being born in a certain year. You know what I'm saying? Like, just spacing, like, where we are in the universe.
But it is I think like an economic thing more or less, or like just like a social thing, like
Mm-hmm.
construct, like the people who were born in that time span,
I guess,
like, grew up at the same time,
right?
So it's like they all grew up kind of in the same way, so that's like why but astrology is based on the stars, cosmic things, like you're talking about, like the position of the Earth in space.
Just everything.
And the seasons and the sun and like the
I don't know. I never really got I don't get so into astrology that I worry about Mercury being in retrograde or whatever. It's I don't think that affects us to a certain extent. But I don't know. I don't hate on people who do.
No, but
if you believe in astrology, by all means.
Sometimes I can see it. Some days everybody's on, and some days everyone's off. Some days everyone's feeling the same mood. It's just moods just kind of fluctuate, on a massive scale. I feel like.
It's just, I feel
that sounds really vague and hippie, but I feel like that's real. That's honestly.
Well, it's kind of like mob mentality. It's we just kind of all. It's it also energies. I guess if the majority of the world is miserable, the other people are gonna feel that, especially if you believe in stuff like empaths and energy feelers.
And so I think when you live in a place like Northeast Ohio, we recently underwent a massive temperature shift change, and it affected people. I go to school every morning, and I see people every day. I see their day-to-day attitudes, and it's it was really warm. It was 40 degrees for a couple days,
mm-hmm.
and then immediately it was 12.
And then it would jump back up to 60.
Exactly.
And then it's what is going on?
But then it's in these times where it goes from super humid, it's warm in the air, and then it all freezes. And I felt sick because of
just the temperature difference.
And also the humidity, it all just froze.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from being humid to completely dry, and my my throat, I felt like I got a sore throat, I had some kind of infection, but it wasn't that. It was just it just dried up. I was just kind of becoming a mummy, because in my sleep. I breathe really stably and just
mm-hmm.
through my nose in one way, so it all.
You sleep with a fan?
No, I should have some kind of humidifier, but I don't in here. So I really just felt the natural.
Just dry.
And then it just happens outside of that, and so it just goes from being really warm and people are feeling great, and then it freezes and we all just feel terrible. It shocks our system as a culture.
Plus we have the energy and we get weather from the lake.
Yeah.
It sucks. But yeah, that's just life in Ohio, I guess. Welcome. If you're not from here. If you're from another place that has fluctuating weather, please say in the comments. Complain about it with us.
Yeah, it's snowing outside, but
I
went to the
last week it was 60
park.
degrees.
It was 23 degrees, and I was I want to skate right now, so I went there.
I don't know. I remember when we had that
coat. It was. I got warm eventually. After I hit the ramp a bunch of times.
I remember going when we had that huge temperature drop. You know what I'm saying? That blizzard. I went out and I had to walk, man. I just went out and walked. I was man, I gotta go out and experience this. You know what I'm saying? It's just they were saying shit don't breathe in too deep. I'm what? It could hurt your insides. It's so cold. I'm what?
No, yeah, no.
I wore a face mask. I said screw that. But yeah. Oh no. Our recording device is running low.
It's alright. I can take care of it.
He will take care of it. Technical difficulties.
Not yet.
Watch me do a weird arm thing. Don't worry about it.
Plug it in somewhere.
Pre-planning. That's what it's all about.
I think we're doing pretty okay.
No, I think for the start. Not to toot our own horns.
Exactly.
The YouTube community.
Really,
for our first video podcast, I feel like I'm doing fantastic. I'm joking.
Careful.
I don't know. I'm honestly really nervous. I know you're not supposed to. We could just edit this out. But
no, dude, I don't think we can.
Okay.
I think we gotta just roll it.
This is not gonna be edited out.
Because I don't really have video editing capabilities. To be honest,
we don't have that know-how yet.
I could, come on, editing a podcast can't be that difficult. Let's be honest.
just chop it. It's like, this could be gone, you know.
No. See, I like it, but people are in it for these raw moments.
Are you? No, let us know in the comments. If you're in it for this raw moments.
See, if you
like and subscribe.
If you try to cut it up, you know, it's like, where do we go from here?
Ring that bell.
But then we're just gonna like flawlessly like bring it back in. And, you know, next topic. Come on, it's just like a little break.
More about the show. It's more of like a jumbled, like a general topics show.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can like somehow build an audience out of this. Right?
Yeah,
it's cool. I've been working.
It's just two dudes talking, and we want to get the community involved. Yeah. Like we want to like.
I've been
read
pushing
comments.
this album recently, but I've also been trying to push
Music Maker.
Been trying to push other stuff, and this is really just like our first kind of step into trying to make a content, see what happens.
It's like we kind of just want this to be like neutral ground, like more or less where you could just, you know, open for discussion, give us topic ideas, you know, stuff to look into.
Find our friends too and bring them in.
Yeah, we'll have guests,
talking about
just people, just normal people. Nobody crazy, no YouTubers yet, unless you want to be YouTubers. Please come join our podcast, so we can interview you.
But yeah, no, I'll let you, because honestly, probably no one's gonna watch this.
No, we're gonna have like 100 viewers, and we're gonna love every single one of you.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You know, just to
if this somehow gets 1 million views, I swear to God, I will do a podcast in my underwear or something.
No, I would completely do this.
I would do it. Like we'll do it in our underwear. I don't care.
10,000 views.
Somebody will flag it, and it'll be okay.
10,000 views, underwear.
10,000 views, us in our underwear podcast. But so basically, yeah, it's just a philosophical, general topics podcast where basically you can let loose on anything you think, problems in the world, problems you have personally, totally just, you know, just talking. It's basically just a conversation between a couple friends. That's about it. And we don't have the camera stable because I'm bobbing my knee. I'm sorry. If you ever see the shaky camera, that's me knee bobbing.
This is great. Now this is
I'm just happy we can actually talk. You know what I mean? It's like we have an audience to talk to. It's not like we're just.
I'm really like thinking like honestly, if we do this like regularly, that's just like, I mean, you look at the patterns and like how people make stuff for it. I don't think it's really gonna be that difficult to build like a small audience. And like what hipsters on Reddit, they're always looking.
Hipsters on Reddit.
They're always looking for like the
assault Reddit.
Like the new guys. No, they're.
I know what you mean.
They're out there looking for like the guys who like you haven't heard of.
But yeah, we're just, like right now, I'm going to talk about some anime. Jared, Chun.
Anime.
What is your favorite?
What is good anime?
What is good anime? Anime is trash and so am I. Because we're all trash.
No, anime's not trash.
No, so if anybody's interested, not to shout out another YouTuber or anything, but if you watch Giguk, you get that reference. Anime is trash and so am I. Because I watch anime.
No, I haven't seen that anime. I think you've watched a lot more animes than I have, but I think I've definitely seen some animes that you haven't seen.
Oh, I'm sure. I've seen some. I watch a lot of anime.
You know what? Let me just be straight up and honest. My first anime I ever saw was called. I watched the whole season, probably in one sitting. It was called. And it was the first anime experience I had on a computer. Right. My friend Josh Rudder, who's in the Air Force now, but he came over to my house and he's like, alright, I'm also going to call him out on this because it's hilarious. He said, watch this anime. We were at a point in Josh Rudder's life where he had never heard a person say anime. This was sixth grade.
Anime.
No one really had computers. I had a good computer, I feel like, for the time, but thinking back, it was a really bad computer. But no one in our class had laptops or anything, even phones. So no one really could watch anime on a computer, but a couple people could.
Right.
A lot of people had desktop PCs and stuff.
But it wasn't Crunchyroll was out or anything.
No, it was basically the Crunchyroll. But it was AnimeFreak.tv. Really, at the peak of its existence, I watched all of I watched Camphor on there, I think, and then I watched One Piece. I just looked on AnimeFreak.tv and I was like, what is this anime thing? And then I realized Josh was saying it wrong.
What is anime?
Because he just and then he's probably really embarrassed about that because he's super into anime.
No, that's what we're calling it.
He's fucking
anime.
Yeah.
So many people are gonna get mad at us because they're gonna be like, "You said it wrong."
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So I looked up this anime thing on, and I came to animefreak.tv.com, and I was just I saw like Bleach and One Piece and Naruto, and I like knew about Naruto, but I had never seen
anything else.
No, I had seen a couple episodes of One Piece, like on just like Adult Swim or something.
Toonami.
It was like
Shout out
it was
to
like
Toonami.
it was like a time warp episode or something, but I watched probably at least 200 episodes of One Piece, just like consecutively, like every night or like weekends. I just watched.
You just
One
binge
Piece.
watch.
One Piece, dude.
Dude, I wanna restart One Piece so bad, but there's like, I don't know if it's reached 1,000 episodes yet.
I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen even most of them.
I
watched so much
ones.
of One Piece, dude. I spent like literally months of every night watching only One Piece, and I have seen so little of One Piece.
I had a girl I liked for a long time, and she was super into One Piece, so that kind of what's made me got into One Piece. And then I got with her sister instead. True story.
Yeah, that's wild. That took a turn. I didn't see that coming.
It did.
No, but see, I would say with the best.
Cheyenne, I'm sorry.
The best like anime. I don't know. Like right now, that's like I feel like that someone can connect with. Like if someone's like I've never seen anime before, what should I watch? I would say One Punch Man.
Yeah. If you're not into anime, if you've never watched an anime before and you really are trying to get into it, I got many friends into anime from One Punch Man.
But then here's a helpful tip: after you watch One Punch Man, watch Tiger and Bunny, or like Bunny and Tiger.
The band?
No. It's like they're the superhero guys and they have superhero suits. Bunny and Tiger.
I have no idea.
I think that's it.
You're probably right.
It's about these two superhero dudes, and it's built in the same kind of culture as like a hero economy.
Right.
You know that's
still saying like that's still One Punch Man universe-esque, where it's like there's
yeah, and like
or like the Incredibles, if you don't like, there's superheroes, people know about them. It's like, you know, it's like everybody knows.
But also in one, it was like the ranking system, but in like Tiger and Bunny, it's like capitalized on like by the media. It's like
the more media outlets you have, or the more media fame, it's like the better superhero.
No, and people, and it was like they essentially like imagine like there is real crime in the city, and there are real superheroes going out fighting this crime in like real time, like right. But then there's like the ranking system where there's like some are like more popular than others,
right,
and some are like the low ranking hero. You know,
like the Moomin Rider from he just
rides
on his bike.
Like it has like the Moomin Rider characters and also like the top characters in it, but it's more about like but there's like staged events that then actual heroes come in and that they film and put on the media, and it's for the views.
Right.
It's exciting. It's like a real.
It's like a fake emergency.
Police chase. It's like the most extreme version of a televised police chase.
Right.
Except it's like a hero. And
fighting
so
like a giant monster.
Yeah, it's like a hero, and it's like they're getting it on film, and it's like going live. And it's like, but then at the end of the day, it looks like a hero battle, and it looks like the hero like fighting a villain, good versus evil, and it's like a staged thing, but also it's kind of not in ways, because there is like real evil characters out there, but then there's like the staged characters so that they can make
the one heroes look better than what they are,
and like make
That's
the whole
cool.
system and like perception.
I'll have to check that out. I don't know. Like probably my favorite anime of all time. Like it's an anime that's unfinished because the creator passed away. I can't remember the creator's name, and people are gonna yell at me. I'm pretty sure it was called Kaze no Sigma, and it was about like people are like mages, you know, and there's like clans of mages, and like this one fire mage or something. Like people will correct me, but like there's like a fire mage, and he couldn't do fire, so like his parents like didn't like him or whatever, and they sent him away. Well, he went to wind mages, and became the most powerful wind mage, and then came back. And basically didn't tear anything down, just kind of came back to see his family.
Okay.
And like stuff starts happening, you know what I mean? Like he wants to get like reaccepted into his family, but he's not like this fire mage. He's like this super, ultra powerful wind mage. It's like sweet. It's like really, really. But the season ends on a cliffhanger, and there's not gonna. No, he doesn't die, and like the creator of the anime passed away, so it'll never be finished. But if you ever get a chance to watch Kaze no Sigma, like I literally had to write my whole own like ending to like satisfy myself, like you know what I'm saying? Like I had to do that to myself because it was that good. Like it was so well written, so well driven, just enough backstory, just enough fan service, just enough Like, a lot of people aren't into fan service, but it wasn't, like, gratuitous. Like, it wasn't, like, in your face all the time. It was just enough. It was, like, just enough to be like, oh, what's on the screen? You know what I'm saying? But it was good, and that was the issue.
That reminds me of a show that I completely forgot existed entirely, but I watched all of it. It was Zero No Tizukima. You ever watch that show?
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's like, oh my god, it was a talking sword. All sorts.
Talking sword?
It's all sorts of nonsense.
Sounds a lot like Soul Eater.
I couldn't even like begin to explain it, but
I'm a scrub with
just because it's been so long since I watched it. But I really like that one a lot. Zero No Tizukima. It has like an English name or something.
I'm sure I know its English name.
Maybe.
But that sounds freaking pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. I don't know. There's just a lot of good like good shows and shit. Excuse me.
It's like this dude. He's just like he gets like summoned like on accident by this girl like as her familiar. So there's like this one scene, like basically the anime starts as like there's this one scene where like all these magician kids they're summoning their familiars. This one kid he goes like something like hocus pocus magic circle, and then like this like crazy like frog jumps out, and it's like his familiar. It's like his Pokemon, mages they have familiars like a cat or something. But then like everyone does. This one girl she gets like a dragon as her familiar, which is badass, right? But then this one girl does the ritual spell, and then just the kid pops out, and it's just like a guy, and he's her familiar.
Then he just starts panicking,
and he doesn't speak the language. It's a completely alternate, and he's like from Earth,
right?
But she's yes, that's the plot. Like
that's something, dude. There's an anime you gotta watch if you like that. And
I love because like that story starts out in such like a conceivable way.
You gotta watch The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. It's literally about a guy who like I don't know if he dies. I haven't watched the anime, but I know you'd like it.
I died.
It's about a guy who like I think he either dies on Earth or something happens where he gets transported to like a fantasy world and he's a slime and he just tries to pick up chicks. But he's like this overpowered slime. Like, you know how slimes in all games are level 1 and shit? Like, he's like an OP slime.
Have you seen Psyche K?
No.
You gotta watch Psyche K, man. Dude, you can't watch all of it, though. You'll get a headache. It's on Netflix.
You ever seen Fully Cooley?
Nope.
Dude! Gotta watch Fully Cooley. That's just like a weird, like, over-the-top random anime. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
But this? I want to go back and finish it. It was on Netflix. It was, like the Secret Life of like DPK or NPK. It was a really depressing show about this guy who lived in an apartment and like completely went hikikomori.
Well, that's Welcome to the NHK.
Welcome to the NHK.
Yes, I've watched it. Finally, an anime we both seen. Welcome to the NHK was one of my favorite. Like, he thought like there was a whole conspiracy.
I didn't watch all of it. And I've literally been him in community college, dude.
Just freaking hiding out.
No, like there's like that one scene where he like goes to college and he's like taking a test. He's like, "Fuck, I haven't written anything on a piece of paper in like 5 years." Like I can't even, what is my name? And then there's like a test. And he's like, "I don't know shit." Like there's fucking people around. Like yeah, like you build like a whole conspiracy in your head. I literally like dropped a class at the school, and I was just like fucking weird ass shit like that. Honestly,
the fridge starts talking to you.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, but I just like the people that sat around me really just like wigged me out in this one class, and so I just left. But like I felt like that show.
That was such a good show. He kept trying to get with that younger chick.
Oh my god, yeah, it was crazy.
Join the Suicide Pact. There's so much to that show. It tackled like real issues in Japan.
That show really showed me like how to not become.
Like Kikomori.
Kikomori.
How freaking shut it.
It was like just like that. This is.
It's like I didn't get that.
This is a path that you can go down as a man.
Yeah,
Don't go
like
here.
no, you can't. Like in Japan, maybe because like you get allowances from your family.
Yeah, you're right.
And like you can live off like $8,000 a month or whatever, or like $8,000 a year or whatever. But like in the United States, like you have to work.
You live a lot of those
hate it.
A lot of those like mentalities like in subtle ways in your day-to-day life.
Well, it's just like some people just turn into introverts. You know what I'm saying? Like they just start hiding out, and it's just that's more of like a social anxiety problem. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's not. Maybe like people just like being shut-ins. It's like I know I'm a bit of a shut-in because like I don't leave my house like usually. Like I leave my house to like come here and like kick it and like maybe go to other places like other friends. That's it. Like, 9 out of 10 times I'm at my house. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I just like got so busy with just like fucking around, like playing the saxophone in random places. Right. So that's like why I go places. I don't really like go places like socially. And like, I mean, like the things I do, honestly, I'm honestly feel like such a social person now, but I'm social within like my
your own
band.
confines.
I go to like this like one tiny little island, like in the middle of nowhere, where there's like a awesome keyboard with all my 6 other friends that are really good at playing music too, and are really passionate towards it. And like I'll like go over like to like fucking produce music out at Cheech's place. He has a piano and a drum set. Mm-hmm. Like if you got like a piano and a drum set, like he
has a whole kit.
He's got and so they're right next to each other. Like that's a fun time for me. That's how like if we can like really bond over like me jamming on this keyboard and you jamming on that drum set there. That's business. That's a money maker. The more you practice that, it's fun for me, and it's like it's practice. It's like entertainment. It's like good wholesome fun.
Right.
But everywhere I go, yeah, like I basically like I'm playing music somewhere. There's usually like a digital audio workstation on the screen. In all the social situations I'm in, I go to school, which is like a social thing, and that's pretty nice. And guys, they're all they're kind of weird. I'm glad I have friends in my classes now.
Right.
When you don't, I hate.
It's just awkward. It's like I know how it is. It's like going to school and like you have a lunch with none of your friends. Mm-hmm. It's like where do I sit? Where the fuck do I sit? But that's just how it goes sometimes. That's like, I feel like a lot of people are like that nowadays. It's like, I know like, at least when I was a little kid, like people would wave to you, like on the street. Like you would pass somebody, you know what I mean? And like
social.
It's like nowadays it's like,
distant.
It's like, even if like, let's say 2 people, like you're walking on the sidewalk, and like 2 people are walking up to you and they're talking. They will completely shut their conversation down until you have walked completely by them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just like this air of social awkwardness, like that everybody feels and nobody really knows why.
Yeah, no, I think I get it. It's because people form like their real cliques.
No, you're right, but like this wasn't a thing a couple years ago.
It's really, I think, the phones. I mean,
right?
We get to talk to each other like with cell phones, and so when you meet people, you get like your cell phone people,
right?
And so you see them, you interact with them a lot, but then like a stranger is like less valuable because you have like access to everything.
It's not even less valuable. It's like a more dangerous. It's like an unknown.
It's like the media is probably trying to scare people, and it's just like everything seems more dangerous than it really is, and maybe things really are more dangerous.
I feel like for the most part, like people are compassionate. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, but there really are like a lot of weird.
It's like I feel like there are a lot of like dangerous people out there, but I feel like the people who aren't dangerous greatly outnumber them. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna walk. It's like, what are the real chances of you walking down the street and getting murdered? You know what I'm saying? What are the real chances of that? Like 1 in 12,000, like I would say.
Yeah, but kind of thinking.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying, like, what are the chances?
To, like, the change of like why people act so different now. It's like if you were in 1990 and you like had a question.
Well, you were kind of forced.
If you had like any question,
you just ask an old.
You just like wanted to ask, and you like wanted an answer to it.
You go to the library.
You had or just like another person.
Right.
To ask. If you were just in a public place, like your phone was a Nokia, and it had about 9 ringtones, and your contact
never
list.
Failed you.
It had 9 ringtones in your contact list in it, and so you could like literally call someone and ask them. And that's like more of a hassle. It's like more of a social thing. It's like more of like an interaction.
Yeah, it's like most people don't even know what to do.
You can text them
when they get a phone call.
Like if you but you only have a number pad, and so like people around you become like a more valuable resource because people are probably new stuff. You're talking to them. You're more likely to just ask a random guy.
Well, it's that thing where like
you don't have a cell phone.
Like always, like what was it? Always expect this person you're talking to knows something you don't. Mm-hmm. Because 9 out of 10 times that's completely true.
Well, no, it's true 100% of the times. Like, you can't have, unless you have like 2 exact people, that's like a paradox in itself.
Right.
You have to be like a clone of Gavin that's standing right
next to me, having my personal experience.
And doing all the same things like in mirror. So, but yeah, it's really like that. Like, if you don't have a phone, you're more likely to find another person to ask whatever question you need to know.
Like, you just need to know. I get you. Like, it's like now there's
and then you're trying to be friendly because you need information. You need something.
Because now it's more like we don't really need people.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like people are like second.
You don't even need to like go to Walmart, go to gas stations. You like zero.
You don't even have to go to Taco Bell
card
anymore. You can order Taco Bell from your house.
And the McDonald's now, you just walk up to the kiosk, you punch up what you want, and then they say order up, and they hand it to you.
Right.
It's
well,
like
you don't even have to go to the grocery store because of
yeah, you punch in what you want, and then you roll up to the grocery store.
Like Blue Apron and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like,
something carts, Instacarts.
They'll just try to bring it to you, but I think what's probably easier is you just like order everything you want from the nearest store.
From your phone.
And then you go there and they already have it.
Right. Or it gets shipped to your house.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
So it's just like the level of social awkwardness.
So like the technology on a whole has made us like more distant from each other.
Right.
Like in a personal way.
Well, yeah, I get it. I get it because a lot of like
you can live your life and just nobody gives a fuck. You don't see anybody. It's
weird.
Well,
experts say like
if you don't live in a city,
like phones connect us like way more, and like social media connects us way more. And I'm like, yeah, like I can talk to a random guy from Italy, but like what about my next door neighbor that I'm scared of? You know what I'm saying? Like
ghost, yeah.
It's like that's cool that I can talk to all these like old friends I have from high school, but it makes it to the point. Like, I get that we're connected more than we've ever been, but we're less connected socially because of internet activity. You know what I'm saying? Because of internet connections. It's like, we're no longer, like, face-to-face people. It's like we're screen face-to-screen.
And you can tell, like, just like the way that, like, a Walmart or a Target store is set up, it's almost demeaning, right? It's, like, set up, it's like, or maybe not, but it's almost like a cultural experience. It's like a thing that it's like you go there, you gotta walk around, you get your carts. Is this really the most efficient way to lay out all the stuff in the store so people can get their stuff quickly and easily? Like if people know what they want, they want to buy. It's a setup, so you have to like walk through it. It's a product experience, and honestly, I think back in the day it was more of a social experience. People enjoyed walking around the grocery store and talking to the people in the town.
Right.
They're like, hey man, you like apples? Fuck, which one you think's the best?
Right.
Like, I'll get those too.
Apples is an Ohio thing for a lot of people who don't know.
No, I mean like real apples.
Oh, like actual.
Yeah, like you talking to the store. Hey man, you live fucking down the street from.
You got apples.
Like you see these, like what are you getting? Salads? That's good. That's cool, dude. Like I'm here getting beer.
I'm fucking drunk as shit.
But those conversations I feel like are awkward. They don't happen anymore. Maybe at least like, and if they do, I avoid them. And I see them happen to like old people. I feel like old people, but at least people like in their 40s and above, people who lived a life before cell phones.
Well, they're the people who are more social. Like they're the people who
the
like,
stores.
Like yeah, if you're sitting at the doctor's office, you're more likely to talk to an old man than a younger woman. You know,
or like two of those.
Not to change shit, like or an old man or a younger man. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're more
40-year-old plus people are gonna like talk to each other.
Or you know what I mean? They might even talk. Because I remember I was at the eye doctor not too long ago, and like this old man just struck up a conversation. I was wearing this coat, a camo coat, and he was just talking to me about like hunting and doing stuff, and I was just like, I had a pleasant conversation with him. It was just like that's what I miss about people, and that's why I feel like a lot of us feel like out of place. It's because like people make us feel out of place. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can't even walk down the sidewalk to our destination without feeling like people are like silently judging or something.
I feel that honestly. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like it's like I don't want to. Like every time I walk, like here's a big example. Like, every time I'm walking around, dude, like you ever like notice like if you're walking around or skating or whatever, it's like you'll see people in cars and they're just staring at you. It's like you'll get like these stare downs. It's like, at least for me, it's like, I don't know if I look menacing, but like, I don't think I do. I think I look like a baby.
No, that's the thing, like, about this town is that so few people walk around.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like you just, like, look
it's
at
like,
them.
they give you these crazy-ass looks, dude, like, and I don't know if it's just me or everybody who's walking, but I feel like there's just, like, what, dude? You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want? It's like, what?
I just try
you want a piece of candy or something?
You be out like on a bike, you're going too fast, so people can't actually look at you.
Exactly. They get glimpses. They get flashes.
Like, I was had a person on my bike. Oh no, they're not there anymore.
It's gone. They're gone.
They are agree. They're far away.
I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just like that level of social awkwardness that people have reached. there's just so much, like, with, like, today's society that I kind of have a problem about. Like, with, like, how people interact with each other. It seems like it's all divide and conquer. It's like, we gotta get two people on two different sides to fight over.
Yeah, it's like people just, like, hit their conversations are just, like, the hit point of their groups.
Or it's like people can't just, like, hold their opinions to themselves. I'm not saying you have to. It's like every conversation doesn't need, and like not every time somebody says something is it a personal attack to your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're just venting. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, and then if you attack him while he's venting, he's just gonna fight. You know what I mean?
I also think, like, people without substance, they just, like, talk about politics and, like, topics like that.
Well, it's just because they think they know.
They try to make it, like, their thing. Like, I'm really passionate about this controversial topic, and because, like, I hold this really strong opinion that, like,
that makes me right.
Makes them, like, you know, yeah, just, like,
and it's like, that's not like, fair.
Yeah, so
it's like, no, like, I have a personal belief that we're all worthless, and, you know what I mean, like, we're all equally worthless, and, like, and saying that, like, I'm not trying to be demeaning or nihilistic. It's more like we're all literally not worth shit unless we band together and fucking do something. Like, you're not gonna build a skyscraper by yourself. You're not gonna get to the next continent by yourself. You're not gonna swim the Atlantic Ocean to Europe. It's like, we need people in order to sustain what we have. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you couldn't go live off by yourself in, like, some off-grid community to do what you want to do. You know, that's up to you. But, like, for the majority, it's like, in order for human society to progress, we need each other. It's like, we're useless by ourselves. We're very weak and defenseless. But the fact that there are so many of us,
when you're by yourself, you're like, you can sustain yourself at zero really easily.
Right.
Or, like, just, like, you're right above, like, you have
just basic comfort level.
You have no debt. You got like, what, a car payment, or if you live your life smart, man. I mean, I don't know, if you're just trying to maybe not accomplish a lot, like, at the beginning, I guess, you know, if you just want to try to live sustainably, just don't get debt. Maybe just get, like, a basic, really cheap apartment, live by yourself, get a cheap car, make, like, a regular job.
It's like my buddy Eric said.
Any job that, like, pays $15 plus an hour. Pay rent for a while.
Not even that.
Live at zero. It's easy to do that, maybe.
Like, I was talking to my buddy Eric, and he's got a girlfriend and a kid living with him. Exactly. He has his own house, and he's like, dude, don't let anybody tell you can't live a happily normal life, a happily decent life off $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
He's like, don't let anybody. He's like, everybody. It's because everybody's a little money grubby now.
I'll believe, like.
It's like, if people want to spend
$10,000 a year, man.
Well, it's like, yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, people want to sit there and say, like, I don't have enough money. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's like, I know people who are living in nice cottages, you know, one-story houses, and they have families with animals, and yet they're sustaining themselves off of $20,000 a year. I know people who are making $30,000 or $40,000 and are complaining about not making enough money. And it's maybe you should self-evaluate and see what you can cut out of your life.
Yeah.
And, like, really pay attention to that. Like, don't spend, like, maybe you shouldn't buy the PS5. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should save your money. You know what I mean? It's just shit like that.
It's not even about, like, that stuff, I feel like. Like, once you get
expense,
to, like,
I'm talking about, like, expenses. Like, people want to say money, like, because money is, like, the half the battle. You know what I mean? It is, like, getting up the hill, like, to sustain yourself monetarily. It's just one of those things where it's like people, like, they have, like, these, I don't want to call them habits, like routines that they want to follow, and if you change it in any way, in any form, it's detrimental to them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, you live this certain lifestyle when you're, like, a teenager, and you want to continue that lifestyle into your 20s, but now you're, like, 23 and you're living alone, you got payments and you got all this shit, you can't live that same lifestyle. People panic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to change what I want to do. I want to continue what I want to do, and so they kind of lose their minds a little bit. And because they want to continue that lifestyle, and they're spending just the same amount of money they were spending, even though they have all these responsibilities and bills and stuff, and then they fall flat, and then they're like, now I need more money. You need to pay me more money. And I'm like, that's not fair to anybody. It's like, you need to, like, really. It's like, if you can't afford kids, don't have them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't. You know, if you can't afford a dog, don't have one. If you can't
afford really expensive, you know.
If you can't afford a 2-story house, don't have one. If you can't afford a Chrysler 300 with all the works, don't buy it. You know what I mean? It's like, people want status. It's like they want, like, people to look at them and be like, he's different. You know what I mean? Like, that guy, he's a different one. And that's like, and so people want to continue these lifestyles, which I can understand. You know, I don't want to change what I do to pay bills or do whatever. You know, that sucks. But you gotta do it in order to sustain your life easily. And if one job isn't doing it for you, get another one with better pay. You know what I mean? This is America. We're not tied down like that. This isn't communist Russia where it's like you work in the steel factory.
You gotta stop shaking it. It's really bad.
I'm sorry. We don't have a mount. But it's just one of those things, man. It's just people don't want to like self-evaluate. They want to just kind of live in the dream. You know what I mean? Live in not the dream, a dream. You know what I mean? Like it's like a waking dream for them, and they just want to, be themselves, I guess, in their own head. But they don't want to take care of what's actually needs to take care of because no one wants to pay $400 for an electric bill. And you know what I'm saying? Not a single human being is like, oh, my electric bill's in. You know what I'm saying? My rent? Oh, wow. No one does that. But it's like there's certain things you gotta do. You gotta cut. Maybe if you smoke weed, maybe you should cut weed out of your life for a while.
Yeah.
If you drink, if you're an habitual drinker, maybe you gotta cut that out of your life. You know what I mean? Like there's smoke cigarettes. Another thing. You know what I mean? It's just there are these tiny expenses that we don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get those things like habitually, like.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, but I see like people that are just like, yeah, like gotta get fucking cigarettes and beer, like it's like a thing.
Like it's like a thing for
that.
them.
Like that's like
a habit,
a staple that's like constantly available, like as often as I would like to have chocolate milk.
Exactly.
Which is constantly. But it's like always in the fridge.
But it's like going to McDonald's.
So like, I just get that.
Same thing. Maybe you should cut out fast food.
Like when I'm looking at like my expenses. And like it's like, oh, there's like a little bit of extra here. Like I definitely like would enjoy having these. It's like, yeah.
I get what you mean. To me, it's just like people don't self-evaluate enough. It's like they don't look inwards on themselves and they don't think about it. They just kind of continue with what they've been doing and like don't really. I mean, like judge yourself. You know what I'm saying? They don't judge themselves.
Our school system and everything kind of like I feel like it kind of inherently breeds like narcissism in a lot of ways. It's like focus beyond you and like schoolwork and stuff. It's like very rarely do we really engage in like school like group projects. We did them sometimes, but like really it was still like about
getting the fucking paper done.
Yeah, and it was like
it's like here's a packet.
Everything was like individualized. Everything you do your way, and you can't work with anybody else. Whereas I found in actual real life, the greatest things that I've been a part of are like a group effort that like really make and look at all the things that have like succeeded in like the world like
through group efforts like what I was saying earlier, like we're useless by ourselves
in like like if Steve Jobs and the Wozniak guy if they only worked on their own assignments they probably wouldn't have made a computer the way they did.
It wouldn't have changed how we view personal computing. That's I don't know, man.
Like they both just independent.
Like they never got together and did their thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot like that, man. Like you can't.
Steve Jobs might have just ended up being a crazy guy.
It's more than he already was.
I feel like he was.
Rest in peace, Steve Jobs.
Like he was like really. Like growing up, he made it onto like super successful genius, but I feel like he was right on that fringe of just being like absolute nut.
He was a little crazy, but who is it? You know what I mean? If you make $1 billion, wouldn't you be a little crazy? Every billionaire is a little eccentric.
But yeah, I mean, but even like before that, like the design, but he's like incredible designer, probably, business guy.
It's like if you're it's like true wealth. If you're like truly wealthy, like no one would ever know. It's like look at Bill Gates. You know what I mean? That dude dresses in slacks and a Hawaiian shirt, and you wouldn't even know he was a billionaire. It's like now you got all these rappers who think they're rich,
if I was
and they're dressing in Gucci belts and stuff.
You know what my room would look like? It would look exactly like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if I had $1 billion, I don't know.
Come on, man.
I probably wouldn't even spend it, only because I'd be like, what do I do with $1 billion?
Like I ended up.
I'd start a space program.
I would do and I really just like, I have a collection here, of instruments, but like I've intelligently gathered these things.
Right.
Between me and my dad, I mean, mostly my dad, but yeah, I mean, like this stuff, it's like an amazing guitar, but we got it like I think on the stupid deal of the day for like $150 or something like that. It's a G&L.
Right.
It's good. It sounds great.
That's pretty sweet. That's what, I don't know, man. That's what I live for, though, like that random bullshit. Like that random good things, you know what I mean? Getting invited to a party like you didn't expect to get invited to, you know what I mean? Or you didn't expect to do anything that day. It's just fun stuff. It's just, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot more to life than what people are getting. You know what I mean? It's like what people are actually putting out, I feel like there's so much more you could be doing instead of, like, complaining or whining. You know what I mean? It's like, I know I do my fair share of complaining, I do my fair share of whining, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta rise above that stuff. And, like, even if you're in a bad situation, it's like, how could you make this bad situation better? Even if you gotta just cut out and run, you know what I mean? Like, cut away and get away, start anew somewhere. It's like, I really, like, I'm not saying I'm losing hope for people, but it's like they're losing hope for themselves. It's like people are losing hope for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to see, like, people, like, come up and they just, like, and, like, I don't know, you see them as people, and, like, complaining is just, like, a thing that they do. That's weird. I don't know.
I know what you mean. It's just, I mean, complaining is kind of natural.
No, I get it, but, like, I don't really, no, I mean, just, like, complaining, like, there's, like, a certain, like, kind of mentality of just, like, fucking, like, oh, like, fuck this, man. Right. Everything, this is fucking bullshit.
Well, it's like,
I mean, I always just try to take everything in stride. I'm like, man, like, I try to, like, you know, if you really look at, like, every situation with, like, a 360 view, you'll realize that even though, like, maybe, like, what really sucks about what's happening to you momentarily will actually set you up to do something really cool in the future.
Well, that's something, that's, like, another thing you just brought up. Like, people, like, are so quick and easy to just give up on something or quit. And I feel it's like I feel like that's where humanity's, like, really failing. It's like that instant gratification. It's like we need what we need right now, and if we don't get it right now, it's not worth it. It's like relationships. Yeah. It's like that. It goes the way with relationships, friendships, just anything really. It's just if it's not, like, working, if you don't get it instantly or right now, like, you don't press a button and it just happens. It's like it's not worth it to us. It's like we've lost our patience for things like that. And it's that old expression, like, good things come to those who wait, but nobody's ever waiting. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, that's like
they keep jumping from one thing to another.
To this podcast, I feel like this is gonna be, like, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And
first, like, true one.
Yeah, really, like the one that, because we got the video element. Hopefully, like, this acid trip visual thing doesn't
give you epilepsy.
Doesn't get copy striked or something. That might be really bad. I don't know.
We'll be fine.
I feel like that might be open source, dude. That can't be. I don't know. Maybe.
Don't hurt us. We're just nice guys making a video.
Man, no one's gonna see this anyway.
And if you are watching this, thank you so much.
If you watched this before,
ring that bell.
Someone notices and, like, this gets totally ripped. Or maybe we could even just, like, we could totally just cut the whole thing from, like, the middle, and we would still get everything.
Yep.
Even just, like, that one camera's good, and then it's getting me here. That'd be great. That'd be, yeah. But yeah, it's, honestly, this one has way worse cameras than the one that you can click on in the future, which is probably uploaded right now. You can go and look at it. We just uploaded it recently, and it has super high def cameras. You know, it's like we're gonna scale up from here. This is our beginning.
Dude, this is just a rough edit, rough beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like we want to just get the concept down. And just
it's like this layout is all going to be different.
It feels, yeah, but the essential concept's going to be the same.
Yeah, basically same talking points.
Probably, like, 2 cameras and then, like, some other thing that we can pull up like on the screen.
Hopefully a monitor so we can actually
we'll have
things
this monitor probably turned up. We're going to see the whole thing. It's going to be like the table is over there. And
make life a lot easier.
That monitor will be, like, square, like that. Like the camera will be pointing right at that monitor, and we'll kind of have 2 cameras pointing kind of out at it, the typical kind of podcast style. And then, so we'll have keyboards, all sorts of funny things on the table or whatever.
This is just a rough first edition. It's like once the first edition's out,
I feel like
working
it's really
on the
important
second.
Though, to start making content though and publishing
as fast as we can.
It's a time that I've been watching content for a very long time. I've been consuming things. I've been being inspired by, like, basically everyone who makes things.
Any type of this. You know?
Yeah, I've watched. You know, like, I mean, there's what start at the top. There's, like, I like Joe Rogan. He's a great guy. He makes a podcast. But then, you know, I've honestly like personally watched a lot of like Alex Jones' like real material.
I know, but
I know he's insane. He's a crazy guy, but he's got a.
It's like he makes conspiracy theorists.
He does,
look bad.
but I don't like. But he's got a big like a
makes
big
people
following.
like me look bad.
I've seen his stuff.
I know, but that's the issue. Infowars, like don't watch Infowars.
I even watched
You
like,
can if you want.
Like Logan Paul's podcast. He has.
Don't watch him either. You can if you want.
Yeah, no, he's had some like honestly just like the most controversial like guys. Like
I don't even get the controversy. I get it, but it's like
most of
leave
Shane
him alone.
Dawson's stuff. It's kind of a different turn, but like
I like Shane.
I mean, but then like iDubbbz, he was like I love that guy, man. His videos, but that's just like goofs, honestly.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, but Good Mythical Morning. Those guys up there. Those I would list like
bunch of shout outs.
Joe Rogan.
Bunch of people we love.
Good Mythical Morning.
All love guys.
The wholesome people. Like
except for you, Infowars.
Yeah.
We don't like you.
And honestly, like I don't know, like Logan's podcast.
He's more of just like a millennial kid.
He's a hard guy to affiliate yourself with though, because he did do that whole thing in January. It's a whole event, which was crazy, man. But
film dead people and joke about it.
Yeah, it's bad. Like for real.
Just don't. It's not something you should do. Don't take selfies with corpses at funerals.
But you know
don't do that.
But I didn't really like jump on the hate though.
No, I didn't either. I was like, he made a mistake. He's a kid. Whatever.
Yeah, like this is like a crazy video.
It's like what would you? It's like personally, I asked myself, what would I have done if I walked on a dude hanging? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I try to rationalize?
He could have just done that same video presented differently.
He could have just edited that shit out.
Yeah, he could have done the same video but didn't.
It's like
actually show him.
Yeah,
and nothing
it's like and honestly, if you click on a video called "Tore Through the Sword," like I don't know what the video was called, but it had something to do with the suicide forest.
Yeah.
And you're sensitive to death. Maybe you shouldn't click on that video. Maybe you should have your own personal self-evaluation.
Exactly that too. It's the fucking Wild West. We're on the internet.
It's like, why would you just because somebody tells you to watch it doesn't mean you should watch it.
But it's
not saying I'm backing Logan Paul. Just saying stop yelling at him. It's like why? It's like he's a kid. He's useless. It's like let him be useless and alone and like just let him do his thing. It's like if he films another corpse, yell at him because now you can. He made the mistake once. He did it again.
Yeah, you see, but I followed all his behavior after that incident, and everything he's done to try to recover his image.
It hasn't.
It honestly,
it's made it worse.
I don't think it's made it worse. If you look at his guests on his podcast, man, he's had some really cool guests, watching him, I feel like it's given me a lot of insight.
You think he's a sociopath, like everybody
says?
I
don't think he's a sociopath.
I don't think he is either.
His video that he made explains it really, really clearly. Sociopathic tendencies. He's definitely done really fucking sociopathic things in the past.
But I feel like that's more like fame getting to his head. Like, you know, it's not like he's a sociopath.
It's like an intent.
It's like,
but he did those things like without emotion. He didn't feel bad about it.
I get it.
It's like, yeah, so it's...
I get it.
He's like honestly just like super savage. But I've also personally...
I feel like, that's...
A big reason, like, I feel like why I've like kind of like related with him a little bit is because people in my life just randomly, they've complimented me. Just about random things. They've called me savage and maverick. I don't know what these terms mean, just as terms in general. And he's made that like his brand. But I personally feel... Maybe not, like, I don't mean... He associates savageness with, like, sociopath in like a lot of ways of doing things
like being a savage crazy. Is more just like not giving a fuck.
I feel like a natural kind of savage. Like I'll just like dive into an entire pit of mud, like you know, like I rock.
I don't know, like that's like you said. I don't look at savage like being cruel or like being like sociopathic.
It's like working hard.
It's like, yeah, like doing what you do and doing it well and not giving a fuck about anybody else. It's like, that's a savage. It's like, damn, that guy's a fucking savage. Like, not just going up to people and saying whatever the fuck you want. Like that is savage, but it's a different type of savage.
The Canopy Tour place, zip lining, like doing that like really confidently, like standing on the sides of the ledges. Like I worked there, so like I'm really confident with like being 80 feet in the air and like hanging out the edge. But like I know I'm clipped in, so I'm 100% secure. But just like not giving a fuck.
Right.
It's crazy. You see people go up and like on those kinds of things. And I'm just like like extreme like kind of like lifestyle sports. Like I like parkour. Like I'm like not super. I'm gonna like climbing ladders, and jumping around. And
I like
skating.
Free running. Free running's always a cool thing for me. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on it, only because people are insane. But then it gets to the point where like
I know how to run. and then
it's
somersault and keep running.
Like the main problem I have with like the YouTube parkour videos is that they don't. How do I say this without sounding like a pussy? Like
they're too amazing.
Not that they're too amazing. They don't give. It's like they don't give a fuck about like themselves. It's like that one. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but that one Asian parkour. It's like that one Chinese guy who fell off he slipped off the tower, like he lost his grip. It's like that, man. It's like yeah, I feel sorry for him, but it's like, what do you expect?
No, it's just part of the risk. I don't really try to take risks.
It's like I'm not like you can parkour, but like jump over a fence. Like don't go on like a skyscraper and try to like jump from rooftop to rooftop. It's like, please don't do that. It's extreme and crazy and awesome.
They're just trying to find clout among the clouds.
It's like, I get it, dude, but like,
it's up there.
Please don't hurt yourself.
You got to do free climbing.
Don't hurt yourself.
But that's not badass, dude. Anyone can rock climb up the wall with a rope.
I'm just saying, man. Like, it's just like realize that like people are like in your life that care and they don't want to see you fall from a fucking skyscraper.
They also want to see you climb all the way up there.
I'm not saying they don't, but like just like they don't want to see like those kids at the bottom. You might take out some people when you hit the ground. Like they might cushion your blow and you might kill them.
It's a circus, dude. You can't go. The people who go weak aren't famous.
I understand, but it's just like chill. It's like be safe. It's like put on a harness, a net. Like you don't have to show us the net. So you can pretend there's no net. Just put down a net. You know, like just please, for my sake, so I know you didn't die. Like, so I don't gotta be like, he's died. He died. It's over. I don't want to watch that. He goes like 25. Don't die. It's just all I'm saying. It's just like you need to take better care of yourself. You, Carl. Take better care of yourself, Carl.
All right, so let's make a projection. Let's make types of videos. Okay, we got podcasts. We made a couple podcasts now. We've also written a few songs.
These are more like vlogs.
You're right.
Video logs.
You're right. Yeah, like honestly, like vlogs. I mean, it's like kind of like that's like what a podcast is. It's a vlog.
Yeah, I guess we're not vlogging life. I guess this is more like professional.
No, but we should do vlogs though. What kind of vlogs? I don't want to do just regular.
I don't know. We'll have to if we were on vacation, we could do vlogs. Like if we're ever somewhere like interesting, like maybe if I go down south.
No, we should just do like around town, dude.
That'd be terrible.
No, but we'll
people will find out where we live.
You're right.
Don't come for me.
You're right.
I mean, you can.
No,
if you're a pretty woman,
we'll just go to the rec park, dude. Make some rec park videos, or like music videos. Music videos.
I guess we could go on like hot white hikes, like you know what I mean, like through,
hikes, yeah,
through the metro parks.
And like eventually, I'll be plugging my own channel with like music videos on there.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna have some lo-fi stuff, just some beats, just out there, listen to. Like maybe I'll try like some of those long mixes of just like simple beats.
For everybody out there, yes, I am vaping. Please don't judge me. You say that, but then I'm gonna get a bunch of comments saying this guy's a pussy for vaping. It's like, I have a nicotine addiction. Have some respect for disease.
Dude, I would say the best thing is just don't even say anything about it.
Why? I want to plug my vape. Not the company, just the vape.
They don't sponsor us.
They don't sponsor us. Maybe one day, Soren. Come on.
No, you gotta be really careful not to. It's one of the things I learned. Not to like plug random people who don't pay you.
I mean, we could say they're plugging us and then be like, we're just kidding.
Like drinking out of this cup. But I also don't feel
they don't sponsor us either.
But about Casio.
We have no sponsors.
Like
let's just get that out there.
We do and we don't.
We have one sponsor and it's Lawrence's lubricating cream.
Casio has had my back ever since I can remember.
Lawrence lubricating cream is our only sponsor. If you're trying to lay down, make sure you lay down with Lawrence. That's a fake thing. It's not real.
Man, this thing's pretty cool, dude. I don't think really
keyboard.
It's called the Casio SK1.
We can't see it on the camera, so it looks like I was just motioning towards your junk. It's like it's a keyboard. I promise. He's wearing pants.
It's basically a looper.
I'm wearing pants too.
You can go down to record mode. Clear it. That's tone. Alright, so we can just do like a... Let's actually
make it sound like an old 70s commercial.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. And that's hard to do. I'm just gonna do this loop here. So then you can go back now, pull that same beat up, and you got, yeah, it'll play it. That thing I played before.
Fire.
It might even speed up if I do the tempo. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I think that's pretty cool. Sounds like a Crystal Castles intro. Plugging Crystal Castles. Great band. Great electronic music. I don't think they make music anymore, but if you want to look up Crystal Castles, if you're interested in techno, look up Kep is a good song and Vanished and Magic Spells by Crystal Castles. All of those.
So I would say to expect...
Fantastic.
So what are they going to expect from us from the future?
Well, most definitely more just like general topic stuff. This was just a very rough beginning.
Yeah, we're just out here.
Like we haven't even written any material.
Just saying, hey, what's up?
Yeah, just saying hi. Just telling you we're making a channel. Just telling us.
Probably already made some kind of mistake. Fuck. Can't not these days.
I was probably politically incorrect at least one or two times.
Yeah, I probably said something about in my real life that like offended somebody.
Yeah.
They'll watch the podcast
I'm sorry.
Like, fuck, Jared. Can't believe that you thought that.
It's like, how do you think people are all sheep? It's like, well, it's like, I'll explain. I'm just kidding. You're not all sheep. I love all of you.
You can't, like, I'm honestly such a politically weird person.
Yeah.
Like, I feel,
like, I get into
I feel
politics.
really purple. I feel really purple. I support gays, support guns.
Support gays and guns. I like gays
with
and
guns. Come on.
Okay. I mean, it's like,
just shit like that, man. Like,
it's like me personally, I tell people to do what you want to do, but, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't have to involve me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if you're one way, you know what I mean? Like, you can be that way. You know what I mean? It doesn't involve me. It's none of my business. So it's just like, as long as you know what I mean, are respectful towards my beliefs, I'll be respectful towards yours. Like, that's just how it goes. It's like, I love all people. I love every color, creed, nationality. I think everybody has a story to tell. I think everybody's interesting, and that's why we want to get regular people, like friends of ours, to come and share something. That's what you have to look forward to. You have a lot of guests coming on. We're going to have a lot of people talking about music. We're going to be talking about general topics. I've probably said that 100 times, but
there's a scene out here. I don't really know if how many people are podcasting about Cleveland, vlogging on Cleveland scenes. You know, it's like this area. You know, we got shows going on. I've people always say like the Cleveland market is like the Cleveland music scene is like hard to get into. It's hard to see, but it's real. It's rich.
Right.
You know, you got to live around in the area.
Well, you got to think, man. We got people like Bone Thugs and Harmony, Kid Cudi, Machine Gun Kelly, if you like him.
We got a rich local scene, man. We could, I'm honestly like.
Oh yeah.
Like.
A lot of bars, a lot of good places to go.
Teddy Boys.
Yep. Peabody's in the flats. If you ever into some metal music, if you all like metal,
like
Peabody's in the flats.
Come on, there's got to be someone out there that knows about Mayhall's, the Beachland Ballroom, the Grog Shop. Everyone's played, yeah. Like you know, world touring acts go on the Beachland, the Grog Shop. I've personally played there, both of those places.
Sure, motherfuckers have heard of Cedar Point.
Agora, yes, Cedar Point. I was skating at a skate park, and Cedar Point was across the lake, across the frozen lake in the background. So that was, you'll see, it's a weird place out here. It's cool.
I want to live somewhere different.
We're gonna make some. No, it's interesting out here. I like
it. It is, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like
I do hate it.
I feel like, welcome to Ohio, but I feel like I'm just used to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go, not live somewhere else, but
the problem with like
go
places
somewhere else.
In the South is that the sun is hotter.
Yeah.
And while it may be warmer, it burns your skin.
It hurts. You're not used to that.
You're getting more cancer.
Oh no.
So much more cancer.
Never what you want. You never want more cancer.
I've been to Florida a couple times.
Sunburn every time. I don't know.
Yeah, but you just feel it. Like, it's like you penetrating your skin. Here we have mostly clouds, but then in the summer it gets really hot. Here it's the most volatile temperature change, I think, really anywhere in the country.
Yeah, we can
or
go
at
from
least
like
up there
negative
the
60 in the winter to 100 degrees in the summer.
It was 40
like
the other day, and then it was 15. And whereas in California, it's just on fire.
That's where all the heat's coming from.
On fire all the time.
People want to talk about global warming, man. Like, go to California. I don't know if I believe in global warming. Like, I'm sure it exists in some shape or form. It's just like I don't know if I believe in like the Al Gore global warming. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all gonna die next year, like global warming.
Yeah, man, we might though.
We might, but like, dude, they've been saying that for years.
You know, there'd be
it's
so
like
much,
I remember back in 2000.
The problem is the ocean flooding, and if ocean floods too bad, then the landfills.
See, but the only reason I say I don't believe in global warming is because like back in like the early 2000s, from what I remember as a child, all over the news, people were talking about like the second ice age or like the 8th ice age or something. And like I remember this vividly because people were like, it was like on like the History Channel, like the history of all the ice ages and what's gonna happen. And like it was like it wasn't even 10 years after that whole ice age debacle where people were like, no, the Earth's heating up. And it's like, what? Wait a minute. Weren't we just afraid that it was going to turn to ice? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know if shit's changed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in 10 years, that whole thing's changed. Like, I don't know if we can do that in 10 years. But, like, if it has, whatever. Like, I'm wrong. But I don't know. It's just, that's the thing. Like, you can see the pictures of the ice caps melting. But we have, like, honestly, humans haven't been here that long.
We haven't been gathering data for long enough to really, like, see a pattern.
Like, we haven't been here for thousands and thousands of years.
We can look at the you know, different things, like traces and
it's like what we know
geological techniques, but
what we know is that they're melting.
Yeah.
It's just we don't know why, and if it's happened before, and this is just the Earth doing what Earth does.
Is there just something about the sun? You know,
we know the Earth naturally heats up and cools down, but we don't know to the extent. That's the only thing I'm saying. It's like global warming could be real. Everybody out there who believes global warming, not trying to hate on you, not trying to belittle you or make it seem like it's not real. It could be, very much well could be. I just don't know. It's like humans have, like you said, we haven't been collecting data long enough to know on a worldly scale.
I know, and who in your life that you actually know would actually be an opinion on global warming? There's not one person I could legitimately ask that would literally know something.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who think they know a lot about it.
Yeah, but they really probably don't. Like, they just probably read stuff on the internet or like heard things on the news and they like know everything about global warming. It's so hard to actually.
They've seen the hour-long Al Gore thing.
No one I personally know has actually looked at like data. You know, like maybe like my one ecology professor. Maybe she did, probably. But I could probably tell you about it like statistically, like in depth. But like, I mean, honestly, not everyone has an ecology professor that they knew.
Right. Not everybody went to college.
Yeah.
But that's just what I'm saying, man. It's just we don't have enough data. It's like we've only been collecting data on a worldly scale for what, 100 years, 200 years.
So like maybe scientists can like get like.
That's what I need. I need like a personal scientist. Yeah, like hit me with the facts right now.
But you know, and it's like a scientist has that, they're just like telling you it, and it's, how can they really verify like this is actually happening to me? I mean, I believe that like they're not trying to lie.
Well, it's like we haven't had satellite footage on the North Pole or the South Pole. Like, how long has that been? I think 40 years. So it's like we really don't know if like the South Pole and the North Pole have been shrinking and going up.
What if it's just on like a 100-year cycle?
Or like a 200-year cycle. We have no idea. We don't know. It's like that's just what I'm saying. It's like we don't know enough.
We just kind of turned on like our global sensors so that like humans can be sensitive to the whole planet all at once. That would happen like not that long ago.
I just think it's like I think people like put too much faith in the system, like too much faith in what like. Not necessarily like what the news says.
Yeah, like I believe that
or what
areas,
the internet says, or what other people say.
More areas between stuff that you find on Google Maps, stuff that you find on regular maps. You could just sneak extra space in.
Well, it's like back in the day, people used to listen to each other. It's like you could tell somebody a fact, and he'd be like, I'd have to research that myself. You know what I mean? Because there wasn't enough info. Now you can look up on like a bunch of stupid Wikipedia pages and like written by anybody and like read his little synopsis on what he thinks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't never have to go to an expert. It's like you apparently have an expert right there in your pocket. You know what I mean? But like what I'm trying to say is like not all internet data is solid. It's like somebody might have written that not knowing, you know, the whole story, you know.
Yeah, I mean Google Maps is shit. Okay.
I mean it's the best maps when I try to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, I mean like Google Earth.
Yeah.
There's stuff on there that isn't real. I tried to find the U.S. Army base in Kuwait, and I know it's there because my brother-in-law was stationed there, and like Kuwait's not that big, okay? And, like, you can just like scan across all of Kuwait, and like look at everything, and there's
it's like they take it
and
out.
I don't know if he showed me pictures of their base like on his phone or something, but like I saw these big buildings that you would be able to see on Google Maps, and I looked at all of Kuwait, and they're not on there.
Because they took it out. It's like, you ever want to know why the U.S. government made the global positioning system free for the whole world to use? To track you.
You know Josh Rudder?
Yeah.
He works at the Air Force now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's deep into that. He has a job he can't tell us about, top secret.
Guaranteed. Some people are just like, it's
I remember him talking about
not necessarily the flaws in the system, but the ghosts in the system. You know?
No, yeah, but he just like went to high school with us, and he does like radios, and on airplanes, he can like he can send his team and his airplane can send out and just like shut down a state, and you can't like use radios or your phones.
Wow, that's
with
insane.
An airplane.
That's insane. Just jam it.
Just turn the state off, yeah.
Wow. It's like, I don't know. It's like technology.
And it is jamming specifically like what he works with.
Jamming technology.
Yeah.
Communications.
Mm-hmm.
That's
on and deployed on airplanes.
That's crazy.
And he's in there like
I couldn't imagine
with like the box and the wires.
It's like I wanted to be in the army.
Hooking the antennas up and programming the frequencies.
I'm unfit for service. I'm an asthmatic. I cough.
I'm unfit for service mentally.
No, if I could, I'd be in the military.
Right? I think I actually could.
My ass off.
I actually could be in the Air Force. I think I would definitely get it.
I was gonna go Army infantry
because I know through talking to him, he gave me the complete lowdown of basic training, like everything he did over all the weeks, and I was like, I could do that. Like I've done that in my life. I was like, that's really cool that like you did that in your life, and now we're kind of like almost like on this same level of like going through something like that. Which is like a lot of work. It's just like a lot of fucking dumb stuff like that, like a training, like for like jobs and stuff.
Right.
And definitely like the same amount of time, and like he honestly like earned it like completely. Just like he did that whole experience like that. Now he just like gets deployed out wherever, lives on base.
I'm just happy people are prospering. You know what I'm saying? Like people are really out here doing what they need to do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day, I literally thought he was gonna be homeless back in like the 5th grade or 6th grade when we met or something. We were hanging out. I was like, dude. I was like worried as like an 8th grader.
Like this motherfucker's gonna be homeless.
I was like,
without home.
I was like, I literally cannot see a path for you that isn't a hobo.
That isn't like begging on the street with a sign.
Man, but he's doing great now. That's what I
Will
love to
jam
see.
communications for food. It's like, it's like, fuck. Will hack your girlfriend's cell phone for food. It's like, thank you. It's like you talking about like a Wetzel's pretzel, you'll hack my girlfriend's cell phone, or are you talking about like a whole McDonald's 4-course meal? It's like I'm talking McDonald's 4-course. You know what I'm saying?
I remember like going over to his house, and he's just like him and his parents. I feel like they do like kind of goofs on each other by like yelling at each other, and it's like a weird kind of thing. But it would always be like, but like now it's more goofs. But like honestly, like it was like weird because like Josh would just like fucking yell at his parents
just for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like
I couldn't do that.
He was an only child too, so he didn't have any brothers or sisters. Like his parents, they didn't really like have like an experiment. He was like the one experiment. They were just like shit, like fucking.
It's like my favorite thing in the world was like
but I had like sister, and so like the way I grew up was just different. Yeah, like an older sister. So my parents, I was like it's like a child that I wasn't like the original beta test.
The original beta test.
For like raising a kid all the way.
You were like the other one. You were just like, oh, we have one. It's cool. He's alive.
We've done this before. We can know how to like, keep it alive.
We've done this. But it's like my favorite thing. It's like my mom is like a hillbilly. You know what I'm saying? She's got that blue blood in her, and she was it's like coming from like seeing what my mom does, and then hanging out with like my hood friends. You know, my hood friends. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like and drawing correlations to the two. It's like being hood and being hillbilly is the exact same thing.
Yeah,
it's like I've seen a hillbilly mom beat the shit out of the same way a hood mom would do it. You know what I mean? I've seen them put batteries in the freezer. You know what I mean?
What?
Makes them last longer.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's like, it's not true. I don't know if it's true.
Just, it really is. There's just shit like that.
Getting hand-me-down clothes, you know what I mean? Getting hand-me-down game stations. I got a hand-me-down PlayStation 2. It's like when the PS3 was out, you know what I mean?
Don't buy anything.
It's just like, it's just like you get everything from you just get it handed down. It's like, people, they reuse stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, if it's not broken, you're not going to get something new. It's like, I remember getting,
if it's broken, you're not going to get something new.
I got my dad's Sega when, the PS2 was out, and then the PS3 came out, and I got a PS2. It was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, I always felt like I was stuck in the 90s. It was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was some comedian I saw, they were like, oh my god, I went over to so-and-so's house, and everything works.
Everything works! It's like, I fucking use their microwave, and it fucking works. I couldn't believe it.
All the controllers, they have batteries in everything.
You only gotta swap the batteries out.
Yeah.
That's a fucking hillbilly thing to do, man. You have the batteries for the
everything
one remote.
has their own independent batteries, and they're all charged.
And they're all double A's. It's not.
I didn't even know kids were like that.
This is funny, man. But I understand, man. I grew up in kind of not necessarily broken home, meaning literally broken home, broken. Everything in the house was fucked.
And we like each other.
It's my dad fixed everything. Yeah, me and my family love each other. It's just my dad always thought he could fix everything, and for 8 out of 10 times he could do it. You know what I mean? It's just right now, for an example, our sink took a shit, our kitchen sink, and my dad has been for the past 2 or 3 days has been ripping the fucking sink apart, everything, there's water just in the fucking in the kitchen. It's we have hardwood floors. It's it's gonna rise up. It's it's just Dad, buy a fucking new faucet. It's that's what we were yelling at. Me and my mom were screaming at him. Buy a new faucet, please. It's we don't need you to yell. It's we don't need you to yell at inanimate objects.
Buy a new faucet, please. Buy a new faucet.
We needed him to buy a new faucet. It's the truth.
Buy a new faucet.
That sounds weird. That was my tone of voice, but the way you say things.
Yeah.
That's Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's Satan telling my dad to buy a new faucet.
Bye. Yep.
Sound effects. We're gonna get so much crazy stupid. It's gonna be like a radio show.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning, our beginning version of soundboard. It's in there. We got the elements. We're just putting it together, really.
This is just us putting it together, guys. It'll be way more professional. It's just right now, it's kind of a goof off video, telling you what it's going to be all about, kind of giving you a little taste of what it's going to be all about. Basically, just trying to have a good time.
You're gonna be into our videos, and then you're gonna scroll back, and you're gonna be right here. If you're the real fan, you're gonna be right here at the end of our first video. Because we're how long have we been doing this?
A couple hours.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know how long. It doesn't even say on there.
But, just be ready for more, if it's not already out.
Hopefully all that recorded.
Dating the video a little bit, but that's okay. It's just going to be a basic general topics, mostly music. We're going to have a lot of music topics, TV shows, movies, general politics sometimes, just general stuff. But we thank you if you made it this long. If you're just playing this on, while paying attention to something else, I totally understand. But thank you so much. It's a little outro. I'm Gavin.
I'm Chun. Out here in the Chun Pod. Podding it out. We're gonna be fading out real soon. We're gonna fade out to this song. I don't know.
That's it. See you later,